Good afternoon. God is good. No. Pastor, I thought you told me they were ready, Pastor. No. You don't know like I know. You don't know like I know. You will know, but you don't know like I know. This is not some Nike commercial. This is not some Nike slogan. I know when we go to church, people say we woke up today and don't take it for granted, but we take everything for granted, and we got to stop. We got to stop because you arrived here safely. You have your mental faculties. I'm going to come back to that. Notice that I pointed that out. Your mental faculties. God is good. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This, a few of you have come up to me and said you recognize me from TV, but as the kids say, don't get it twisted. This ain't about TV right now. This ain't about TV. When I was growing up poor in the Bronx, food stamps, welfare, I didn't see no TVs then. You don't know like I know. It is such an honor and a great feeling to be in the church where everybody is somebody. It is an honor to be in a church that has been in Jamaica for 90 years. I didn't say 25. I didn't say 50. I didn't say 75. I said 90. Now, anyone that knows me from television or knows my work, you know that I am a straight shooter. No sugarcoating. I give it to you the way that it is. And I'm here to tell you this afternoon that I have to be honest that my faith wasn't always strong. But I'm also here to tell you today, don't judge my praise. I'm here to tell you that it is a great day as we honor Men's Day here at Brooks. And one more time, I want all of these fine, strong, handsome brothers that's here today to stand up one more time, and please give them a round of applause. Every black man in the church, every black man in the church. It is not easy in society being a black man. These are all strong brothers everywhere around me. Now, we are also here blessing the memory, as been said by Pastor, of your regional leader, Bishop McLee. Now, he's a man that I've heard a lot about, and we do know that he's in a better place this afternoon. We know that he's been reunited with Jesus. And we thank him for his leadership. Now, it is important that I say this. Men's Day. But when we honor Men's Day in the black community, it is not possible to do so without honoring the black woman. No other way to say this. You are the rock in our community, black women. I told you I was going to be honest with you. I hope you can handle it. You have been holding it down for so long in our community. At times, Lord knows, putting up with our nonsense, raising the kids. But we do want to thank you for all you have done, because without the black woman, there is no black man. And I want to be clear about this. Three black women made the man that stands before you right now. In society's eyes, these three black women, they didn't have much of a voice, but they made sure that I have one. I'm very proud of black men in this community. And I have to tell you that I've had the honor of moderating debates with Mayor Bloomberg, Hillary Clinton, and I have to be honest about this. I'm not impressed by people like that. I'm really not. You know who I'm impressed by? I'm impressed by the pastor of your church. I am impressed by Pastor Simmons. And Pastor, I thank you for your service to our community. I thank you for our commitment. And I wish your wife was here so I could thank her as well, but she couldn't join us today. But Pastor, I do a lot of traveling, speaking around the country. And you have no idea what I'm about to do, and you look a little nervous. But Pastor, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. I want you to come here, Pastor. Come here, Pastor. Don't look nervous, Pastor. It's all right. The men's committee is like, what is he doing now? Pastor, one of the places just recently, I've been to Idaho, Wisconsin, Texas, and Canada. And in Idaho, I said Idaho. And when I mention Idaho, I know what must go through your mind. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes. But I do have to tell you that the moment that I landed in Boise, Idaho, I doubled their black population. I'm only joking. It's a joke. It's a joke. But you know, Pastor, we can play around and so on. But guess what? In Boise, Idaho. Downtown Boise, Idaho. Downtown. One of the longest serving black church. They even have a black church in Boise. I was shocked. That church in Boise, Idaho, where there are very few black people, they have a very progressive black museum in downtown Boise, Idaho, where you can see the accomplishments of black people, black men, black women, from the state of Idaho. And so, Pastor, the first gift is from Idaho. So we can laugh at Idaho, but this is from the Black Museum in Idaho, and it's for the church. It's for the church. Now, Pastor, I need you to set that down because I'm not done with you yet. I need you to set that down, Pastor. Now, also, I want Ken Small, who was the chair of the Men's Day Committee, correct? Where's Ken at? All right, come stand right over here. And also, where's Ronald White? Is Ronald with us today? Okay, I just want both of you guys on this side. And I want to deal with Pastor first here. Now, Pastor, a couple of gifts that we have for you. You're going to say, what am I doing? But I want you, one of the gifts, the first one, is a basketball. And it's a Laker basketball. And I want you, did you hear that boo over there? And I want you, Pastor, to accept this and to either put it in your office or to give it to the young person of your choosing in the community. And so that's for you, and I'm also going to have one for you, gentlemen. Just give me 1 second here. I also have for you, Pastor, there's a DVD of a movie, a Hollywood movie, starring Ed Norton and Colin Farrell. It's about alleged police corruption in the NYPD. And this is for you, Pastor, but I just got to tell you something real quick. They needed somebody in this movie to play a news reporter. And they said that it had to be somebody that looked very close to Denzel Washington. Now, wait a minute now. It wasn't that funny. So I play myself, but don't blink, Pastor, towards the end of the movie because you will miss me. Okay? But that's for you, Pastor. You put it on pause? Pastor, you're going to have to put it on pause in order to see me. And so, Pastor, okay, who is the greatest boxer of all time? Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. So when I saw this, Pastor, all I thought about was you, and that's because in our community, you are our Muhammad Ali. And finally, that's some other stuff. Finally, Pastor, while I was up in, you can tell I like to shop. While I was up in Canada, I thought about you about coming here. And this shirt is from Toronto, the Toronto Raptors. And that's for you, Pastor. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pastor. Could you please pass me, can you pass me those 2 red bags right there? Those 2 red ones? Thank you. Thank you very much. Wait, let me just grab it. Okay, so we have one for you, sir, and we have one for you. Now, I want you gentlemen to pick a young person that's here today and give them the basketball. A young person, a teenager that's here today, and give them the basketball. Give them a round of applause for the outstanding planning that went into today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I'm going to move as fast as I can because I know time is short. But here's the way I roll. If I look at you to call on you, and you try and act like you're not invisible, like you're invisible, so I don't see you, guaranteed I'm going to call on you. Guaranteed. So what I want is, is that your son, ma'am? Your nephew? I want you and your nephew to go stand right over there, please. Okay, let's see here, wait. Let's see. I'm coming back. Just bear with me 1 second. Hello, young lady. What's your name? Tiana? Hi, Tiana. I'm Dominic. Tiana, who are you here with? You're the grandmother. Looking all pretty and sexy. You're the grandmother. Well, Grandma, I was raised by my grandmother. So grandmothers are very special to me. I want you and Tiana to go stand right over there, please. All right, let's see here. Young man, what's your name? Huh? Jaden, who are you here with, Jaden? You with your auntie and your grandma? Auntie looks shy. So because you look shy, auntie, and your stepsister, but you said auntie? Because you look shy, auntie, what's your name? Okay, because you look shy, come on. Okay. Wait, I saw. I'm going to move along, folks. Just bear with me for 1 second here. Bear with me for 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, young lady, who are you here with? Huh? Who's she here with? She's with her mommy? But wait. Who are you, ma'am? You're good. Come on, Grandma. Come on, Grandma. Okay. Now I just need a teenage boy. Right where? Oh, there are 2 right here? Okay, who are you guys here with? Huh? But You came to church by yourself? That's outstanding. Okay, so which one of you is going to come up? He is? Really? He is? Come on. And you were outstanding, by the way, performing. Okay. So, and I need one adult, and I need one adult. Okay, sir. Yes. Come on. How you doing, ma'am? You doing good? Come on. All right, so here's what I want. Time is limited, so I'm only going to select one or two of you. And what I want to know is, starting with you, young lady, I want to know, what do you want to do when you get older? And it's okay if you don't know. And I want to know what grade you're in. Okay? So do we have a mic? Will any of these mics work? This one? This one right here? Okay. Here you go.
I'm Raja, and I want to be a pastor when I grow up.
You did
And I'm in third grade.
third grade. You did an excellent job. I want you, ma'am, to take the mic, and I want you to tell us, I want to know, why do you come to Brooks, and I want to know, what does Men's Day mean to you?
I come to Brooks because I love my little church. Brooks rocks. It's my family, it's my heart, it's where everything is for me, and I love Brooks Church. And what was the second part of that?
What does Men's Day mean to you?
What does Men's Day mean to me? Men's Day means I get to see the men of my church looking so fine. And I love that. It always makes me feel good to see them that way. I know I'm also always going to hear an excellent speaker, but I get to see them all involved, from my younger ones to my seniors, and I love it.
Okay, and finally, sir, I just want you to tell us, why do you attend Brooks, and what does Men's Day mean to you?
Well, I came back to Brooks at the invitation of Carl Williams. I went to Sunday school here, NYF here. I was a scout program here, and I just have very good memories growing up through the years being associated in this church as a member. And
he was
married here. I spoke here. Thank you. I met her father here, Reverend Brooks, who was one of my mentors in life and taught me a lot of things about life and introduced me to golf.
Okay, and then finally, young man, I want to know how old you are. I want to know what college you plan on going to.
My name is Jabari, and I'm 12.
12, okay.
I went to go to many different colleges, but I think one of them is Harvard University.
Harvard. Do you know what you want to do yet?
I want to go into engineering.
Engineering. Thank you very much. Please give them a round of applause. I left somebody out. Right? Kids. Okay, well, we'll figure it out later. Thank you. Can somebody grab that bear for me, please? I forgot who it was from. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you figure it out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. great day today. But right outside these doors, there's a different reality. Babies having babies. Pipeline to prison for our young men. Graduation rates that are so embarrassing that we don't even discuss it anymore. Graduation rates in the 30 percentile. That means 1 out of every 3 of our kids, only 1 out of every 3 is going to graduate from high school. And as the brother pointed out earlier, my great pet peeve, walking around with your jeans hanging off your backside. Disrespecting every woman in sight. No excuses. I subscribe to, as we honor this Men's Day, no excuses. No excuses. If a black man can come from what amounts to be a single parent household and go all the way to the White House, then what excuse could be valid that you could come up with? If that same black man can get reelected to a second term, what excuse could you come up with? We got to turn this around. A premium must be placed on education. A premium must be placed on education. A premium must be placed on education. If you don't hear nothing else I say to you today, education, education, education. Education, education, education. That's the only way I know how to turn this around. We've got to return to the days of character in terms of the black man. Respect, pride, taking care of our families. You don't lead a family by being loud. You lead by setting an example. We got to return to those days. Education. I don't know why, for the most part, it's not a priority in our community, but we've got to make it a priority. I remember I first went for my family to go to college, out of the projects in the Bronx. We arrived there. They say to us, look to your left, look to your right. 2 of you won't be here in 2 months. And I felt really bad for the person on my left and for the person on my right. I really felt bad because they weren't talking to me. I wasn't going back to the projects. And there's nothing wrong with the projects. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't going back. And guess what? The person on my left and the person on my right flunked out of school. We got to turn this around. I have traveled all over the world, Africa, Somalia, Israel, the Persian Gulf, Japan. For me, it started out poor in New York City in the projects. But what I'm trying to say is, it does not matter in life where we start at. What matters in life is where you're going. That's what matters. I know what it's like. And looking around here, I can't talk about her long because I'll start crying. My grandmother. When I see all of you women here, and I know it's Men's Day, I see my grandmother. No matter if you're 15 or 80, I see my grandmother. And my grandmother, she was able to see me go to college, but then in my first semester, she died. 2 weeks after the start of college. My grandmother didn't have much of a formal education from Augusta, Georgia. But as far as I'm concerned, my grandmother had a PhD in terms of loving me because she never gave up on me. Growing up poor, my grandmother's check, and I'm trying to move as fast as I can because time is short. My grandmother's SSI check. You know, I know what it's like to eat butter sandwiches. Don't let the soup fool you. Mayonnaise sandwiches. bologna sandwiches, chicken backs. Y'all know what chicken backs are? Y'all don't know what no chicken backs are. Y'all don't know what no chicken backs are. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know like I know. I know you're going to tell me about soup and so on, but growing up, when my grandmother didn't have much money, it does take a village to raise a child. Because other black women would loan my grandmother money because her SSI check would run out by about the 10th of the month. So we were okay for the first 10 days. By the middle of the month, it was mayonnaise sandwiches, bologna sandwiches. If you want me to shut up right now, all somebody got to do is go to the bodega and come through that door with a bologna sandwich. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. So my grandmother would send me to the store with $2 or $3 and say, boy, go buy some chicken backs. And back then, I could buy like 5 or 6, 7 packages of chicken backs. And there's an art to eating a chicken back. See, for little kids, we get confused because a chicken back is not like a chicken breast. Chicken breast got a ton of meat. Chicken back got all them bones in it and the butt on the end. The fat is nasty. But when grandma was done cooking it, that same chicken back tastes like prime rib steak when she put some of her love on it. History has not been kind to the black man in my family. So that's why I'm so respectful. The moment I arrived here, brothers caught me right outside, giving me a hand, saying hello. I'm looking at young men come up here where they make me feel bad because their shoes will shine better than mine. Young brothers dressed to the T, the way you should be dressed going into the real world. Not to record some rap video, because for most of us that's unrealistic, for how you should dress in the real world. History not kind to the black men in my family. My grandfather, show you how God works. My grandfather was a heroin junkie. I'm not ashamed to admit it. A heroin junkie on the streets of New York City, of Harlem. My grandmother had to go through all of that with him stealing from the family, being forced to be locked out. But I'm proud of my grandfather because if you know anything about addiction, you know that heroin addiction, cocaine addiction, they're some of the tough addictions to overcome. And when my grandfather left this earth, he left clean. And I'm proud of him. Winning in life, winning in life. Winning in life is not only determined by how many degrees you have, or how much money you have, or how many homes you may have. Winning in life is also determined by when the winds of fate knock you down, do you get back up? My father, he's what I call, ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. A smooth pastor, a smooth brother from Jamaica. Oh, he had the gift of gab. He had the gift of gab. Ladies, he had the gift of gab. And you already know where I'm going with this story. Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, please. Baby, please. Oh, boo, please. Please, baby, please. They playing Smokey. Please, baby, please. I love you, boo. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, boo. Can I have 2 minutes with you, boo? Sounds good. The young lady pops up pregnant. I don't know you. How do I know that baby is mine? I don't know. I don't know. So as a result, Mr. Ooh Baby Baby, guess what I don't have? And I put it in my book so that our kids know excuses. Guess what I don't have? I have achieved many things in life. I will die never having a father. Ever. Ever. I don't have a father. I have somebody that donated his sperm, but I don't have a father on paper. How do you not have a father? At least most kids got somebody that signed the birth certificate. I don't have a father. Literally. Been a guest in the White House, don't have a father. Needed somebody to teach me how to pee standing up. Blank. Needed somebody how to teach me how to ride a bike. A man. Blank. That's what he was in my life. He died an alcoholic. He died in my life one big blank. Brothers, be careful what you do and understand you're responsible. And I don't want another child to have to feel the way I do, knowing that I don't have a father. Just bear with me for 5 more minutes and I'll wrap this up. Before I tell you about my mother, the power of forgiveness, as we're honoring men today, as we are saying that we must return to the days of character. I learned the hard way, folks. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made. If you're having drama with somebody in your life, try and move forward. Forgive them. The power of forgiveness. It took me a long time to understand this. I'm not proud of it, but I hated my mother. And I didn't want my mother on earth. That's why I titled the book No Mama's Boy. My mother suffered from severe mental illness. And I don't know why it is, but in the black community, we don't want to deal with mental illness. Each and every one of you know somebody, whether you realize it or not, that's suffering from severe mental illness. Or at least depression. We got to start dealing with it and stop hiding from our problems. My mother was just as much a victim as I was. She was a chronic paranoid schizophrenic, which means that you hear voices. Now, same guy that's on the news, no father in his life, and his mother suffered from severe mental illness. I'm going to read just one quick paragraph. This is what I found out. I knew I had a rough life, but this is what I found out at age 40. And I got to tell you folks that I never thought that I would live to see 50 because of the life that I've lived. But I'm very proud of the fact that now I have gray hair on the side, and I turned 50 years old this summer. Because of the life I lived out of the Bronx, I never thought I would see 40. Most of my friends are dead or in jail, doing 25 to life. This is a psychiatrist talking about my mother. I'm the he. I'm only 2 years old. On June 20th, she beat him so hard that she raised weps on him. However, she wants to be a good mother and is quite alarmed by her recent angry outbursts and thoughts of strangling her son. On one occasion, while feeling strange and dead, she put her hands around his throat before he awakened, and she was frightened by his crying. She has more recently reported that while in a state of depersonalization, she's had frightening thoughts of pushing her son out the window and has heard a voice tell her to do it. So when I started out by saying to you, God is good, you see, I went from that extreme of my humble beginning to this extreme. This is Donald Trump's latest book. One day I got a call from Mr. Trump. And he says, I know him. He says, Dominic, crazy as a fox. Dominic, I want to send you a copy of my book. I'm driving. Pastor Simmons wasn't having a great day. But when Donald Trump calls you, what do? You got to take the call. I take the call. What's up, Mr. Trump? I want to send you a copy of my book. My first reaction was, send you a copy of your book? I got my own book. What I want your book for? But okay, he sends me the book. You go along with it. I get the book. I opened it. He signs it. Okay, a lot of people sign books to me. Something said, he didn't tell me this on the phone. Something said, read a little bit. First paragraph of the book, he started out saying how much pride and how proud he is of me because of the things I've done with my life. Now, do you think when I was in the projects in the Bronx, hungry on welfare, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I'm trying to check it back now. But do you think that I ever thought in a million years that people like Caroline Kennedy would be calling me on the phone and Donald Trump starting a book writing about me? Do you think I ever thought that in the projects in the Bronx? When I would look at them walls, listening to sounds from other people's apartments and urine in the elevator and everything else that goes along with that? And by the way, I want somebody to explain to me, why is it that we urinate in our own elevators? So, never give up. And I glossed over the topics because I'm a little emotional this morning. And listening to the choir that did an outstanding job, they made me really emotional. But whatever you do in life, in conclusion, never listen to the naysayers. I don't care if you're 15, 40, or 75. Never listen, or older. Never listen to the naysayers. What's another word for naysayers? Oh, there we go. The haters. The haters. Haterade. The haters. They got all the answers. They got all the answers. You look at their life, they ain't doing nothing. But they got all the answers for you. They got all the answers for you. Never listen to the haters. Ever. And everybody that looks like you is not going to like you. I got to high school. Sir, can you help me? I want to go to high school. Nobody in my family's ever been to high school. Black man looked just like me sitting across the guidance counselor. Don't waste your time applying to college, he told me. You will be dead or in jail. And I still thank him 30 years later. Because unfortunately, many of my friends believe that. But when I went to see this man, I thought I was the dumbest kid to ever graduate from the public school system of New York City. I thought I was the dumbest. I had went to 5 high schools in 4 years, and there's another element to my story. You see Dominic Carter on TV, but do you know Dominic Carter is also a victim of childhood sexual abuse? It's just something that he never talks about. Because I'm busy chugging along in life, and I'm trying to send a message to all our people that you can do anything. And so people say to me, well, where's that guidance counselor? I don't know and I don't care. We know where I am. And so how long does it take to graduate from college? That day when he told me I would amount to nothing, that was the day that I graduated from college, mentally. Because if I did nothing else in life, I was going to graduate from college. It takes 4 years to graduate from college. I did it in 3. And so when the naysayers tell you you can't do something, I guess that's not me on the cover of the New York Times TV guide. And how often do you see a black man appearing on the cover of the New York Times TV guide? When they tell you you can't do something, yo, Dominic, you know, you grew up on welfare. Your mother's crazy. You don't even have a father. You can't be on the news. You sound like a black man. You don't sound white. You can't make it. You can't go to the best communication schools. These are all things that they told me. I guess that's not me at the White House. I guess not. Dominic, you can't make it. You'll never amount to anything. Pastor Simmons, when this man came to town, 15,000 journalists wanted the interview. Only one got it. And I am telling you, the kid that went to public school, that they said was nothing, and he did one interview when he came to New York in 1990, and I'm referring to Mr. Nelson Mandela. And so, I close on this. You folks have been very kind to me, and never listen to the naysayers. I'm going to be outside when we're done with service. Anybody want to come by? I have copies of the photos. Don't cost you anything. The book is for sale, but I have copies of the Mandela photo. I want you to come by and just take one, because whenever you're feeling down, look at that photo and say, if this boy can go from welfare in the projects to interviewing Nelson Mandela, I can do anything. Quick story, 10 seconds about the White House. The White House is a nice place. The White House is a very nice place. The White House is so nice that guess what? Guess what? Guess what? When you go into the bathroom at the White House, guess what? Now remember, I grew up in the projects. So now I'm at the White House looking at toilet tissue with the signature of the president, the emblem, on each piece of toilet tissue. So I can't believe what I'm looking at, right? And so my wife was with me, and I'm looking at the toilet tissue, and it's blowing my mind. So I walk to the front door, and you know how you sisters are. At the entrance to the men's room, she's standing there with her hands on her hips like this. And guess what she says? She says, "You better not." So I turn around and I wave my hand, I go back into the bathroom. Now remember, they got state police, Secret Service agents. Pastor, I know we're not in church. I mean, I know we are in church. But I couldn't believe what I'm looking at, so I stood there, I started rolling the toilet tissue. If you come to my house in Rockland County right now, guess what I have framed up on my wall at my house? Toilet tissue from the White House. You folks were great. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you, everybody.